Hello, fashionistas. It's another day in the vault, or as we call it, the closet, on Closet Confidential, on behalf of the Canine Chronicle, on their website and Facebook page. Oh, people, it's a really interesting day in the neighborhood. No, we're not going to open underwear drawers or check shoes. Instead, we have 5 fabulous men of the dog world here to introduce you to the world of men's fashion in the dog community. And highlighting it with me will be Michael Hill, that wonderful male model and dog fancier from Northern California. And joining us will be Remy Lewis, also from Northern California, Phil Booth from the sunny state of Florida, Peter Kubacz joining me in the state of New Jersey, and Diego Garcia from North Carolina. Michael, why don't you take everybody in and give us a little hint of what we have ahead?
All right, so we're going to go ahead and ask people, some questions that we've compiled from the Fancy. We have 5 good questions today, and we're just going to go through and cycle and see what each person's point of view and opinion is on those topics. There's no right or wrong answer, and the idea here is to just give people a variety of insights for how to handle these conundrums when it comes to dressing for the dog show.
And we must thank all the men of the dog community who submitted so many questions to us that we could do an encyclopedia of men's fashion in the dog world. So today, a brief episode giving us some of the information that you guys have been asking for, and for you women who are watching, you've got great tips for the guys in your life.
All right, so let's get started with the first question. It's going to be, how do you match ties and pocket squares, and do I need a pocket square when I'm at a dog show? Let's start with Mr. Phil Booth first.
Well, pocket squares are an optional item, I think. We have a person here on this panel that is Mr. Pocket Square, if I was to say.
I agree.
Mr. Garcia should have got that question. But
we'll go to him.
I leave the tie pocket square combo, I leave up to the professionals. Sometimes if I'll buy an outfit or I go somewhere, they'll pick that out. I'm not afraid to use a solid square, in certain situations, but I'm not a big pocket square or ascot or
you keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm the oldest guy on the panel here, probably. I could be most of their parents, I think, maybe. But I just try and keep it simple and like I like to say, just well dressed.
Perfect. Next up is Mr. Pocket Square himself, Diego Garcia.
I like to wear them all the time, and I try to combine the most of the time the ties with the pocket, kind of like matching the same color. I like to use always like solid shirts with no stripes, no nothing. So always you pump up, you know what I mean? The tie and the pocket, So, but everybody got their own, it doesn't, certainly you got to wear one,
Right.
Phil looks like a model no matter what he wears, so you know what, and he's tall. So you know what, so he can wear whatever he wants and he look great. But I always try to match colors and make, pump up the tie and the pocket. Is the main thing. I mean, for me, ties and the pocket, it's like everything.
It's how you express yourself.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Among other ways with Mr.
But I want Remy and Peter that they always wear too. Those guys dress to kill too, That's them.
Let's go to them next. We'll start with Mr. Remy. What's your answer on this?
So I was taught the pocket square is supposed to be like your signature flair, like your statement, like when you walk in the room, like, oh, he's here. So I always try to pick my pocket square to complement either my tie or like my pants. Again, like Diego, like I try to go solid shirts, and then always like my expression of flair is the pocket square. It doesn't always have to match, I was told. It could be like off patterns of the color, long as it's in the same palette. So that I have thousands and thousands of pocket squares in just a bin that I play around with.
Love it. And finally, let's go to Peter.
Well, much like Remy, I kind of approach it in the same way where I'm not about trying to match the pattern, but more the colors. I'm a little bit louder in some of my shirt tie combos. So then maybe I'll pick a more solid square that has that particular color that matches that ridiculous combination I put together. If I have a solid tie, then my pocket square might be a little more flare. And then I own quite a few jackets that if I pull my lapel pocket out, it's patterned and becomes a pocket square. So then when I know I'm wearing that jacket,
that's pretty fancy.
whatever my shirt tie combo is,
Make notes, Phil.
I'm making notes.
work around that. But like Remy said, there's
I'm going into my closet, pulling pockets out.
Love it.
Okay, so what we can conclude here is that wearing a pocket square is a very individual choice and a very clever one for some of you. But whatever way you do it, you make it look good. So I'm as a woman, I love when you guys come in looking great. It gives me some eye candy for the day, so I'm good with it.
May I add that you can also fold your pocket squares in several different patterns
ways. Yeah.
to make them, even if it's a plain one, to pop better.
Yeah, I have a little cheating plastic thing that I should have grabbed it. Like I weave it in and out of it, and it keeps it up.
Like a support.
Yeah, like a support. And if you don't forget, the trick is to take a thick paper towel and put the paper towel in it, and then keep it up that way.
Oh,
Wow,
all the life hacks.
That was a dog show. So
I'm glad I'm tuning in.
If you have the chance to grab a
Thank
paper
you.
towel, we'd like to see how you did that.
Okay, so for our next question, it's going to be, how do you fit your suits, especially for different body types? Do you tailor? Do you buy them as is? What's your thoughts on fit? We are going to start, let's just go in the same order again. We'll go back to Mr. Phil Booth.
Were you trying to keep the old guy awake or what?
Whatever I got to do.
Okay. This is something that I really have an opinion on. For me, there was just a short story. When I was younger, my father was a professional, and I got my first suit, actually kind of custom made when I was about 12 years old. We had to go to an event. And ever since then, it's all about the fit to me. Putting clothes on that feel good, for me, is as important as how they look, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a basic guy. I don't go too far off the extremes and cut or styles. But I like a tailored suit, especially my better suits. I like tailored. I like them. If showing dogs, you can't really tailor them the way you may in other situations. Got to be able to bend over. I've got to be able to run. You know, one thing that I do have done is, and I should have brought one out. And some of my better suits that I have tailored, my tailor, or the guy that I used when I was in Michigan, would put a liner. Actually, a Velcro and corners a liner inside my right pocket. So if I put bait in there or anything, it didn't stain the pocket at all. And you could take those out and send those to the dry cleaner or through the wash. But that was a big thing that I really like doing.
That's amazing.
My shirts, I like tapered shirts. I like my shirts all done. Even if I buy a shirt, I'll have it fit. Most of the time, but I like
it's a worthwhile investment.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. All right. Next up, Mr. Diego Garcia.
I like slim feet, taped now, nice to the body. And my shirts, I like very European with the ends really, really open, as much as open as I can wear. And pants, I like really fitting because I'm obsessive with the shoes. I want to see, you gotta be able to see the whole shoe. And these days, it's nice to see even a little bit of the socks,
Right.
so you can really make yourself look pretty good, But I mean, for showing, we need to be comfortable. We need to be. I mean, so many suits these days, even they're a little elastic,
Stretch.
Stretch a little bit, that really can help you. I mean, if you show like small breeds, it's not a problem. But for big breeds, you can tailor it and tape it, everything, even close to the shoes too,
Right.
But I mean, it's the, like I said, everybody got their own, you know, their own opinion. I like slim fit. I like tape it, everything, you know, as much as we can. Depending if we work before Christmas or after Christmas, you know,
depending where you're at with the diet.
What kind of situation of the year we are, you know?
Well, you have to be like the women that have everything in the closet in 3 sizes. So depending on where you are in life, you can go down, stay, or up. I'm loving this. This is unbelievable. I didn't know you guys were so deep into this. Wow.
Yes.
All right, next up, Remy.
So us fluffier boys, we love.
I would think I'd watch that word, Remy.
we do like our fitted suits, but it's a little bit hard. So what I have to do is, so I get almost a size like bigger than I need, and then I have to get it tailored regardless because I'm not that tall. So all my suits have to go. My tailor, she's my best friend because literally every suit, every pair of pants I have has to go to them because it's either way too bulky on me or it's too tight. I have gotten custom made suits for like special occasions, like the Garden and the Nationals and all that, and those are the way to go if you can afford it and you can do like custom made is the way to go. But for my regular suits on average, I would say like I have to just buy them bigger and then get them all tailored.
That's a great tip. And finally, Peter.
Well, not to sound like I'm piggybacking off of everybody, but I think everybody has the right idea. I'm also a bit of a bigger boy, so it's harder. I love a good, you know, fitted suit or slim fit, you know, for my size. A little harder to find for me, but when I can, I like to wear it. Same thing with my shirts and pants. Like Diego, I'm about the shoes and the socks being a little exposed, especially if you're wearing a nice shoe and sock combo.
Which you always do, Peter.
That's always a part of it.
Peter was wearing good shoes and socks when he was 9.
So, and then also, like, if you're just trying things off a rack, it's about the fit. You know, if I'm going into a store and I'm wearing like a European jacket, those size differences are different. So what might have fit me in a 44, maybe it's a 54. And then, you know, for different brands, some 44s, I'm a 46. Sometimes I'm a 42. And it's not my weight fluctuation. It's just the cut of the jacket. So it's about just trying it on, looking at it, seeing how it fits. Like Phil said, you know, we have to move around. So bend over, run up and down the aisle. Who cares? You're not going to see those people again. Just make sure what you're wearing is comfortable, but don't swim in it and don't look like you're getting squeezed out of it.
Make friends with the tailor. That's the moral of the story.
And if you can, like Remy said,
your tailor is your best friend. Yep. Tailor's your best friend.
Love it. So speaking of the socks that Diego and Peter both mentioned, our next question is going to be, do my socks need to match my pants, or how do I select sock colors and patterns? Let's go back to Phil Booth on this one.
Okay, so there's socks. There's black socks, there's blue socks, and there's brown socks.
Tell us, Phil. Tell us.
And hopefully
that's
no
how-
white socks.
That's how I am happy when my socks match themselves. When the left sock matches the right sock. All kidding aside, I've never been, and maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I've never been real comfortable with real loud socks. I'll wear a pattern, a simple pattern sometimes, but for the majority of the time, especially, and this is going to sound silly, especially as I've gotten a little older, I want a comfortable sock and shoe if I'm going to run all day with big dogs. So, you know, that's for me, it's more practicality than fashion. Yeah. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Like we were mentioning the Garden or a National. I mean, you might have a different, you might see me in a fancy pair of socks and a pocket square or something, but you know, for the most part, it's pretty basic stuff for socks with me.
Perfect. Next up, Diego. Let's talk about your socks.
No, I try to.
Was that from
I
Cat in the
try to
Hat?
always match. I mean, these days I try to stay away from the pants a little bit more. You know what I mean? And I try to maybe match a little bit my shirt or my tie, and then I go down to the socks. But again, we want to be comfortable, and we're running the whole day, so it's not that we're going to a special party or wedding or something like that. But I try to match socks with my shirt or my tie, or sometimes with my pocket, you know, the color. I try to match the socks, you know. But I used to be, I mean, many years ago, I used to be, for me, it used to be like the pants have to match the socks.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You can play a little bit around again, so you can get a nice. When you look at down the shoes, it's a nice combination, the whole package there. You know.
Yeah. So match it to the shoes.
Yes. So.
Love it. All right, Remy.
So I guess I'm probably the controversial one on this panel when it comes to socks, because I don't always wear them. I'll wear no show socks, depending on the pair of pants that I have on or the shoes that I have. I'll never forget, like, I saw Chuck Winslow, and he didn't wear socks, and I was like, if he could, like, I can get away with it. Like, I don't have to wear it. So
Chuck could get away with anything in this
that's
world.
true. That's true. So
I do the no-show look too. I like that too.
Yeah. So, but I do get a lot of slack for it. Someone once told me, "Oh, you would have placed in that group if you would have wore socks," and I was like, I don't think so. But,
Sounds to me like that judge was looking too much at your feet and not at the dog.
So I'm looking for. But I mean, I guess same thing. Like it has to all match. But I don't always wear them. I don't. I try to. If the shoes or the pants or the fit, if they're like a loafer, I don't always wear them.
Cool. All right, Peter.
Well, to me, since socks are the least thing you'll most likely see, it's the last thing on my mind. So it is about whatever colors are in my outfit, but I don't really think about my socks. I just pick the one that I like the most for that day and for that outfit. And sometimes they might not go at all, but they're fancy looking.
Very feeling based.
Yeah, and I don't worry about like matching it with my shoe or my pants, because probably by that time I got something crazy going on. You're not even looking. You're not going to really see my sock, but I do interchange my shoelaces to my outfit.
Okay.
I have 10 different colors of laces, and depending upon the shoe and my outfit, I will change them in the morning.
I'm going to check
always
that
shine
out.
I can't get up early enough to change my shoelaces.
Here we got a long list to outfit.
I'm still writing, Diego.
That's some real commitment.
Who's got that much time, Peter?
Right.
It's easy. It's like tying a tie now.
Okay. Okay.
You learn something new every day.
You know, one thing that we haven't, that Peter just touched on made me think about something. No, I mean, maybe it's coming up. Nobody's talked about lucky stuff. Do you have something lucky that you wear all the time?
That is a good question. Why don't we just take an audible and answer that? What's your question? Your answer to that question, Phil?
Well, when Peter started talking about he doesn't think about things, he thinks about other things. I was trying to prioritize some of the things that I think about when putting outfits together. And there have been times during a campaign of a top dog where I'll think, boy, I've done a lot of winning in that suit, or I've won a lot. Look at Diego shaking his head to that tie on or whatever. And I would be lying to say if I didn't wear a lucky tie or a lucky suit when I really needed one.
I love that. What's your favorite outfit? Do you have a favorite lucky outfit?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, probably the outfit that I won the group with at the Garden. I like that suit a lot. You know, I actually haven't worn it much since then, but it's a good outfit.
You're saving it for the next group, right?
Maybe so. Yeah, I'm fashion by then, but I'm an old guy. I can wear the same thing for years.
You can bring it back. It's a throwback. Diego, what about you? Anything lucky or special?
Nothing that I wear. I only have is a gold unicorn. that I keep inside with me in one of my pockets all the time.
Really?
So I have that unicorn. Yes. And
Now we know what to steal from him at the group ring at the garden.
Stay away from me.
Search the
Stay
pocket.
away from me.
Go get the unicorn, honey.
Remy,
Oh,
how about you?
Move that right along, please. Thank you.
I guess I'm kind of like Phil. Like I have a couple suits and ties that are shirts that have been luckier for me. But I don't have like a specific like I gotta wear this. But a couple of shirts that are like expensive or ties that are special. And I think that's probably it.
Yeah. Peter?
I'm in the same boat with Remy and Phil. I don't have any particular item. I definitely have combinations that if I feel it's the right occasion or a special occasion or maybe one of those moments, I'll choose that one for that day and put that together.
That special outfit.
And that's pretty much how I think. I don't have like a particular tie or jacket or shirt. It's really the combination that I put together that I think of more about.
The complete piece. Love
And
that.
what about you, sir, Mr. Hill? You have something that you consider to be a lucky charm?
You know, let me think about that. I have this lighter colored jacket. It's like almost off-white. That just is the same thing where it's like I've finished multiple dogs with that same jacket on. And I don't know if I've necessarily intentionally thought about it as much, but I think that's probably like my lucky jacket that I will wear. I haven't thought about that much until today, though.
I have a lucky charm. No, this is the truth.
That'll work.
I bought this from a vendor at the dog show just after I was approved for Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, my first breed.
Oh,
It is the same pin that I have kept with me for all these years.
Oh wow!
And
Awesome.
I just hit a little more than 20, so it's really something extremely valuable. And I just put it in a special little plastic bag because I didn't want to forget it, because I'm not going to be taking jewelry with me to Bloomsburg because I can't see wearing it in the heat and with a mask and everything. So there it is, packed and ready to go, and it's something that's very, very dear to me, and it's brought me a lot of good fortune.
the memories.
Special. It is. It's
I
special.
love that. Thank you,
Very
Phil, for that
nice.
question. That was a great
That's good.
question, Phil. All right, we'll
job,
wrap up
Phil.
with the last
welcome.
question for today is going to be, what are your go-to grooming products or beauty products that every man should have or use? Phil? If any.
Okay. I mean, I like my hair gel. I like my hair to stay in place. You know, I'm so much shorter now.
But especially since you have such a nice head of it.
Well, yeah, and it's getting a little lighter colored during the last 6-8 months, but hair gel I like. I don't like stuff that's real crispy, but, and then honestly, for me, personally, it's razors. I don't know if I have sensitive baby face skin,
Same.
but I can slice my face up like in no time. So
I just did today.
yeah, a good razor. And I found recently some actual shaving cream, like from a barber, kind of with a brush and everything, has really been helpful. So
Do you have a specific brand of razors you like?
those, is it Harry's? I think
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Same
seems
ones
to
I
work.
use.
That seems to work pretty good.
Awesome. Diego, how about you?
What can I say? I'm
Just
fanatic
wakes up
with,
like that.
I'm fanatic with colognes. Colognes. Colognes all over the places, whatever you can. I have in the car, in the motorhome, everywhere. And I'm crazy about it. I have in the tack box, in my tack box, I have like 2 or 3 different ones. Colognes is my thing. One thing that I have to have all over the places is polish cream, to polish my shoes. Everywhere, any place.
Love that.
And if I go to the shows, I try to wear if I use some gel, very light, because when you're sweating, that sweating goes through your eyes, and it's like burn your eyes sometimes. You know what I mean? And if you're a guy that sweat a lot, and that's kind of it. And My obsession is always, I want to show this you guys, my shoes, they gotta be always in socks, inside. So you know what I mean? I always have everything.
Yeah, keep them ready to go. Mhm.
Oh, look at that hack.
Every single one. And it's only one thing that bothers me a lot. I hate to see lines on my shoes on the top, you know, when you wear them, like kind of like wrinkles, you know? So I put the incisor all the time, you know, even if it's a tennis shoe or whatever, you know, try to keep it, you know. That's my things.
Love it.
That's out of my league. This is out of my league.
I would call that age.
All right, Remy, how about you?
I too, like Diego, am a fanatic about cologne. My mother used to always say that when you leave the room, they should know that you were there, but not gag. And so, like, just a waft to say, like, "Oh, Remy was here with the cologne." And then, since I've gotten married, my wife is big on the facial creams and the exfoliants, and so I too have gotten really big. Kiehl's is my best friend.
Kiehl's,
so,
yes.
gotta moisturize. You know, this is the moneymaker, so keep it looking good.
That's right. You only get one face.
I only get one face, so I am big on like the nightly routine, the serums, and all that stuff from my lovely wife has taught me that.
Love
And
that.
Michael, what about you?
More notes for me.
Well, I was gonna say the Kiehl's thing too, but I would also say I love. I found with my hair using a texture paste instead of gel has been helpful because even when I do sweat a lot, it keeps it from looking as oily and greasy because it's like a drier texturizing paste. There's a couple of different brands out there that all kind of do the same thing. The other thing I also like is Kiehl's, which Remy was talking about. They have like an overnight serum and like under eye stuff, which even if you're male is very important because it makes a big difference on if you're tired. You look a lot less tired when you put that stuff on the night before.
Sunglasses.
So that's my secret. Yeah, sunglasses, right.
Well, I
And
have to say,
Peter.
I'm a fan of this product called Lush. And they make all sorts of soaps and shampoos and
Bath
creams,
bath bombs,
bombs, shower bombs. I also like more of a pomade or like hair paste to use for my hair and actually style it and then blow it out. I'm not that crazy, but I do like to kind of put a swoop in there if I can and slick it back. Today, I literally hopped out of the shower. I'm due for a big haircut before I go to a dog show. So
well, your mother knows how to trim.
I have a Flowbee too, so I can always use that if I have to. But I'm also big into cologne as well. I have it also everywhere, in my trailer, in my box truck, in my shower bag when I travel. So I always have some sort, and I'll wear a new scent every day when I can. So I'm pretty crazy about that. And also keeping your shoes in shape and shining them is another big thing I try to do.
Love it.
What about, I got something, if you guys don't mind, what about manicure and pedicure?
Oh, I'm all for it.
Love them.
Don't
One of
give
the
up,
best
guys.
investments.
Do it.
It's
please.
great.
Those hands, you know what I mean? Those girls that want to see our hands nice too, you know?
And you're using your hands to show the dog, so take care of your nails. You don't want hangnails and ugly like.
Find a nice place there in Florida when I go to visit you, okay?
Okay, we'll go get a pedicure, Diego.
And please take a video of it.
Well, okay, that's a deal. When Diego comes to visit, we'll go get a pedicure and we'll video
Live on Canine
Chronicle TV.
Well, Michael, I really had no idea that we would go in such depth, and I had no idea that you guys were so much more high maintenance than we girls are. Whoa!
Surprise, surprise.
I mean, I am like blown away. I mean, I thought I knew my nits, but I didn't know you guys. I mean, there you go.
Look, Eddie's in the back and she's saying, I agree.
What do you?
Throw the dogs out, eyeliner, put something to my hair up and go to the plane.
We take a lot more work than you do, Evie. We can't come out looking like that.
And this is fascinating. I have loved every minute. I think every man and every woman watching this is going to say, OMG, really?
Uh,
I think we need, Michael, I think we need to revisit a few more questions. What do you think?
We have a lot more that we didn't get to ask, so maybe we should do another round next week.
Oh, I definitely. This is beyond fascinating, guys. You are absolutely beyond the fashionistas. You take it to a new height.
We're seeing the inner sides.
The inner sights of all of this, and it's been fascinating. So let me thank you.
All right, what questions do you have for us today, Elaine?
Well, I have two very interesting questions, and one of them was written by a woman named Erin, and she's very concerned that her acne has been flaring up ever since she's had to wear a facial mask, which I think a lot of our skin is going to have a problem. And she asked what my husband, who is a physician, would suggest, and I hate to tell her, but he would know nothing about this because that's not the area of his expertise. I do. And what I found is a product that I've used a lot. It's called Zsorb, and you can find it at Walmart, you can find it on Amazon, you can find it at Rite Aid. And what it is a moisture reducing powder that's safe to put on any part of your body where you may be having extra moisture. And if she would put it on and continue her regular acne regimen, do not give that up for 1 minute. But in the morning, after she's done her regimen and she's ready to go, or when she gets to the dog show, a little of this on her hand and to tap it gently on the areas of her face which are giving her problem before she puts on the mask. And then the other piece of advice is there are masks which are definitely made to reduce the moisture that is retained underneath them. A lot of them have a cotton layer among the 3 layers, and I would suggest both the Zsorb and being careful about getting the sensitive skin masks. And you guys who are complaining about shaving and getting your face irritated, you may want to get these too. And that is to find the masks that are more sensitive to your skin, whisk away moisture, and the Zsorb powder would be fascinating. And the other question that we got was from a woman who didn't give us her name, but she's concerned about going out to dog shows, running around with her dogs, and her clothes sticking to her. And she wanted to have a suggestion on what might she be able to put under her clothes so that whatever she's wearing isn't sticking to her. We're way beyond the wet t-shirt contests at the dog shows, so I think that her idea will be a good one. So I did a little research, and from Stylist of the Stars, a silk camisole. Silk is a natural fabric. Put it under your clothes. It prevents your clothes from sticking to you. You will have to hand wash it. You can get them in a number of places, and you can also find a full slip if you're concerned about, shoulder to knees, or if you're just concerned about the top. A wonderful silk camisole will solve that problem, and I want to thank Stylist to the Stars for the wonderful information. It's been a great day today with the men of the dog world, and I do mean beyond great. Michael, fabulous. Thank you for helping me get this done and for urging the men along to be honest and sincere. Guys, we're inviting you back for another episode because we didn't get enough. And so this is Elaine Lessig on behalf of the Canine Chronicle with Michael Hill assisting me today, and Remy, Phil, Peter, and Diego, and a little wife who disappeared a little while ago. But thank you. And we so look forward to you visiting with us in the Closet Confidential. Once again, the vault is always open to you guys. And to everybody out there, it's been a great, great day in the closet. So we'll see you again soon. Elaine Lessig saying bye till next time.
I want everybody to check on the Canine Chronicle website or on the Facebook page. There'll be instructions on how to submit a 1-minute video where you can ask your question, and we will choose some really great questions and go into it. Please tell us your name, where you live, what you do in dogdom. Are you a handler? Are you a breeder? Are you an exhibitor? And we'd like to tailor the answer to your needs specifically, but something that we can share with everybody. So don't forget to check on the Canine Chronicle website and on the Facebook page for the information on where to send your questions to the Closet Confidential.